What's up everybody, it's Supersmallchibiwolf here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the sequel role of Arietty. This is a Studio Ghibli film released in the early 2010s. The first thing I want to talk about is the characters. The characters were funny and great. The first character I want to talk about is Arietty. She was a happy girl that was excited to see the outside world and to get to know more about what it has to offer. She liked to adventure and go out to bars when her species go out and take small things from the humans in that world, such as napkins and sugar cubes. So her design was cool. I like it. She uses a clothes hanging clip to make like a ponytail on her head, and on top of her head is like a red bunny ears with that clip. Now, Arietty, I'd say, is my favorite character in this movie because she has like this love for adventure and this cheerful personality, and she isn't scared of, anything and would fight. Like for example, if she sees something as a threat, such as like a rat, she would defend herself. Next character I want to talk about is Shell. He was a good guy that was sent to live with his aunt because his parents were too busy to give him the love and care that he needed. I would say that he could have been a little bit better, but what we got was he was okay. He was okay. The other characters were also okay. There was this cat, this board, and there's a few other ones. I'd say Arietty is the my favorite character in this movie, and yeah. The story starts with Sho in a car with his aunt headed to her house. When they get there, his aunt notices a car that is parked in front of her, so she goes to resolve the issue. While waiting, Sho gets out and notices a cat slowly going towards a flower. Then a boy comes and attacks him, but then Sho gets a closer look and finds a small lady coming down from the flower. Then after Sho is called by his aunt, who thought who I thought, to be honest, was grandma, because yeah, man, it was his aunt. So yeah, pretty weird. But yeah, Arietty comes down and carrying the goods that she has gathered back to her base, and then as she's going, she notices the crazy cat that was trying to get her before comes back, but then she gets away and turns back and taunts the cat. Also, I don't know why, but I find it funny that she just puts on her shoes normally, as the cat is doing its best to try to fit through that little space area that was a vent or something. And then, yeah, crazy cat. Also, another thing I want to say is that, like, maybe she's just used to it or a little bit crazy herself. She just casually puts on her shoes and walks away like this is an everyday thing, which it probably is. So yeah. After that, Arietty is excited and happy because she knows that today is going to be her first born. This is when her people go out and borrow stuff from humans like sugar cubes and small stuff. Now, so after she tries and successfully convinces her dad to keep her pet, which was weird, she gets ready and goes on her first bone with her dad. Once they get there to their destination, she is surprised at how big the kitchen is. Then they continue on, going on to find sugar. Uh, Doing this, I'd say I like how they work together. Seeing how they work together to get on top of places and how they, throwing the sugar, carrying the stuff, and other stuff. It was pretty cool how they did that, avoiding getting seen, avoiding causing a big mess, and yeah. So afterwards, getting the last item, she realizes that she is in the room of the guy, Sho, that she saw earlier. So as she is leaving, Sho tells her that he knows that it was her earlier in the garden, and Arietty and her dad go. Um, she brings up back at home. She brings up that the guy that they just bought from saw her earlier, and he was not cool about it. you know, at home she kind of feels she's one of those characters that young teenage girl that feels like she wants to go out more and see the world and see what it has to offer. So I'd say, her herself, wanted to go out, and it was a nice story, I'd say. So after that, from here, we watch Arietty adventure around in this big world full of useful items to her and her people. I'd say the story in general was pretty cool. Like I said, seeing that, Arietty being this small human, this species, interested in this big world like sugar cubes and different things, and then at the same time there's threats such as like rats and cats, and then all of it was just like, wow, man. Seeing like what's going to happen next. Will they introduce um a crazy dog next, or will there be still in other supplies such as what was it, matches, or ladles or whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah, those things come to mind. The next thing I want to talk about is the music. The music, it was good. Um, let's see. I believe they have two different versions, but I don't know. I was watching. I remember this is one of those movies. Like, I think I bring this up already. I kind of wanted to review it earlier last year, but then I just saw the animes came to mind, and then yeah, so I kind of watched a little bit of um, what was it? I kind of watched both of them, the sub and the dub. For example, the music in the Japanese sub, it was good. While in the dub, I noticed it kind of sounded like not my thing. But besides that, the background instruments were nice. I really like that. I like that the world of Arietty uses simple items and creates this small piece where, Arietty and our people live in, this small place, because, in this little, what was it? It's like a little small place under the house or beneath the floor. Yeah, beneath the floor of the house is where they create like this small place. It has like a bed and some stuff and, little living situation, which is cool for them. I'd also say there are many great and funny moments in this movie where we see, for example, there's this one part where the boy tries to attack and it ends up getting beaten by the crazy lady. Well, the aunt of Show. Uh, and then there's another way, part where, oh, there was this. No, oh yeah, I just remembered. Because the boy tries to get Arietty, but it ends up breaking through the screen of the window, and then it ends up getting the ass beaten. Like, bam. So yeah, that was the scene. Because I kind of was like, wait, was that movie? Because usually I kind of watch like a few movies at the same time, so not the best idea, in my opinion. So yeah, there was a similar scene on another movie, so I kind of was like, wait, is this that movie or this movie? So yeah, a little mix up there, but yeah, it is this movie where the bird, the crow, accidentally breaks the screening of the window, and then the aunt comes in of Show and then beats the hell out of the head, and then it just flies away. So yeah, that was this movie. Funny and good. The next thing I wanna say, Hayao Miyazaki, he's really famous in the industry of anime, with his movies, and he helped write and produce this movie, but he didn't direct this movie, which I found interesting because a lot of movies of Studio Ghibli he directs and has a big, influence in the movie and helps it a lot. But in this movie, it was, more of just, helping write and produce. I expected him to, really, what was it? Do it all like he does other movies. But yeah, but don't get me wrong, it's still a good movie, and his movies are great as well. I love his movies. Another thing I want to talk about is that the way this movie looks. A few times, I kind of what was it? Because this movie came out, like I said, early 2010s, and what was it? It looks pretty cool for a movie that came out around there. Because I remember, sometimes like some movies look weird animated. And for example, one anime that I believe was it 2015 Berserk. I heard many bad things, or was it 2012? 10? I don't know. I think it's 2015 Berserk. I heard it was really awful. And there was this other one that was a few years earlier, which I think came out the same year as this movie, that was also based on a classic. that was really awful as well. You know, my friend was telling me about this, and I remember seeing it online before as well. And to see this movie, you know, around this time, it was pretty cool because it's like, oh, this new movie comes out, and it's like, wow, it's cool. And then a classic like Berserk comes out in 2015, and it's like, what is that? You should be professionals. But then these people, so yeah, I understand Studio Ghibli, but yeah, man, way better. So that's another thing I wanted to compare it to. Show like, oh, this has great animation. Well, some other classics that I'm trying to make a comeback, kind of weird. You know, the last thing I want to talk about is that you know the character designs, like I said, they're pretty cool. I liked it. The, you know, I'd say one thing that I really wanted to talk about is that I wanted there to be a little bit more characters, you know, to kind of interact with Arietty, you know, because show, like I said, he was okay, but he really didn't have that much of a personality. He didn't really do that much, and that kind of bothers me, to be honest. You know, don't get me wrong, Arietty, our protagonist, really cool, love the character, but in my opinion, that's the only really cool character, and then everyone else is basic and the same. Um, so yeah, but Arietty, I say, really cool. But so after watching this movie, I'd say the sequel World of Arietty, it was a great movie. Yeah, I really did enjoy it. I sat down, watched it, really did enjoy it. The characters were cool. The venture, you know, it was interesting, and seeing how Arietty and her family uses small stuff to help them get to, you know, survive off of and live off of. You know, it was really all out great. So I'd say this is a good movie to watch after a busy week and, you know, just relax and chill. You know, I recommend watching The Secret World of Arietty. Now, the anime movies that I recommend watching are Princess Mononoke because I love Studio Ghibli, and that's, you know, I'd say I love that movie a lot, you know. And also, Yokohama Kaidashi, Kikau. Because, oh man, that movie is amazing, man. The visuals, story, you know, it's just, I say that's my favorite peaceful, cool movies. You know, you sit down and just watch and enjoy it 100%. I think, yeah, 100% one of my favorites. I mean, my favorite out of that genre. So with that being that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And tell me in the comments, did you watch this movie? What you think? And tell me, are you interested in this movie? Well, tell me in the comments, what is your favorite Studio Ghibli movies? You know, like, give me a list, and yeah, we'll talk about that in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time.